All right, we are live. Look at that guy, Kwaku, and me. I
Yes,
am your
yes.
host, Supreme Master, Mr. Randolph Yaffe, and I am joined here with another cool, awesome developer. Who are you, sir?
You may call me Lord Owusu, but my American name or English name or AKA the
Really?
Ghanaian name is Kwaku Kwame.
All right, Kwaku Kabi. Woo! This is
Ha,
our
ha, ha, ha.
episode 0. Just testing to see how this will work. And so the point of code play repeat is that we'll hey, it's too much stuff. What are you doing? I can feel that.
Sorry.
And like I said, this episode is to, you know, help us test stuff and clear our systems to get ready for the real show. Anyway, Coldplay Repeat will also be having another host, hopefully by Gene Blum. If you listen to me on CA Radio, he was once a co-host on there, so hopefully he gets a chance to join later. But yeah, besides that, Coldplay Repeat is a podcast, video podcast for up and coming developers, where we share what we've learned, share how to do simple tasks. Like it doesn't have to be anything extravagant, just to let other junior and up and coming developers know that we've struggled with the same exact things. And instead of doing a blog, why not just show the people instead? I mean, it's easier to just show people instead of just writing it all out. I mean, having the reading skill is really important, but, you know, this is also going to be just as fun. But anyway, Sir Kwaku, or Mr.
Yes.
Stanley, uh, give us a little background. How did you get into coding?
Well, ever since I was a little boy, I've always had a fascination with technology.
Fair
Always
enough.
found it exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, let me dig a little bit deeper into it. I want to know how it works. So then I started watching these YouTube videos
Yeah.
how to like build viruses and stuff like that. A little too extreme for me, but I tried to learn how to do it. Still way too extreme. And I said, let me double down and let me start from the basics. So right after high school graduation, took my first computer science course,
Nice, nice.
Introduction into Web Page Programming. That's where I first learned HTML.
Very nice.
It was so easy.
You're like, I can get paid doing this, man. That's
Yes,
what I do.
yes, I could get paid doing this. And then we worked into CSS. That's where I struggled a little bit.
Really? Why? Why CSS?
It was, I want to say, the semantics, if I'm using that properly.
You are using it properly. Now, the semantics of it, like the cascading order, or like what? What about it was super hard for you? Because for me, on the other side, I've kind of still been struggling with HTML,
hmm hmm
and then CSS has been kind of my strong point, like because
hmm
I love styling, I love
hmm
making things look nice, and then getting the divs and everything nested correctly in HTML has kind of been a little bit of my bane. But
hmm
yeah, so why CSS? Like I said, is it the cascading order, or is it like you know what? Well,
this is gonna be really newbie, but it was actually properly positioning certain divs within that web page and not making it like, let's say if I want it on top, it doesn't automatically just show up all the way at the bottom for some reason. It
okay.
was stupid things like that, just making sure the position was relative instead of absolute, or
Yeah.
clearing a float like left or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just stupid little things like that. That's what gave me a lot of trouble.
I mean, yeah, like most up and coming developers, it's the same things. I mean, I still struggle with a few of these things. Like I'm like, oh yeah, duh. This is what
Right.
how absolute will work or how relative will work. I have to do something for the parent div before it actually works. But yeah, so is web development your main focus, or do you want to be software, or what do you really want to do?
As of now, just web is my main focus, but I would say I would like to dive into software and make some pretty extravagant things with higher up companies like say Microsoft, or just maybe a high up company out in Minnesota, or who knows what happens. I might travel out to CEO and come work with you.
Hey man, Minnesota. Minneapolis is up and coming tech place,
Right.
So
Right.
there's no problem living there. For me though, I don't think I want to do a big company. I want to do small startups, or just small established companies rather than huge crazy ones. Because
Right.
I'm not saying I don't like pressure, but the pressure, it's not mainly about the pressure. It's about, if you go into a big organization and you say you're front end, then that's what you're always going to be doing. But
Right.
like in these smaller places, I say I'm mainly a front end developer, but I'm also doing some backup stuff. I'm also doing, some design stuff. So I have my hands in all the other areas. So it keeps it exciting and new for me, even though, the web is always moving super fast. So, but yeah,
Right.
for me, I've always been interested in computers. I mean, I used to only game on computers back in the day. But
those Warcraft days.
those Warcraft days, man, you can't hate. But
Frozen Throne.
hey, man, if that's the only game you have, you gotta play it. There's nothing else you can do. But when I moved out to Colorado 5 years ago, I met a dude called Eric, who's a software engineer. Hopefully, I can have him on a guest on the show one day. Who knows? But he noticed that I always liked, computers, and he asked me, why don't I get into, software development? And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do that. And so I tried to pay my way to school for a computer science degree. But at the same time, I also started self-teaching myself. So last year, I started with C# because he wanted me to come out and become an intern at his company. But he told me, try to learn as much as you can with C#, and then, just pray. Who knows? So I did that. Of course, I got shut down because I have, no experience. That was, 3 months. And then I went to kind of an abyss. For 3 months, I just checked out everything. I checked out web development, software development, mobile development. I checked out Java. I checked out JavaScript. I checked out Ruby. I checked out C. Well, no, I still have not checked out C++. I checked out a little bit of Python. I just wanted to see where I could fit. And then, of course, I landed in web development, mainly front-end development, because I get to see what I'm doing. I mean, you can do the same thing with mobile development in a way. If anyone ever uses Xcode, or they use Android Studio, you can design the layout for the mobile app and stuff. But that wasn't doing it enough for me. And then I dived into HTML and CSS a little bit more. I dived into JavaScript a little bit more, and so now that's where I'm at. It's live. Oh, okay.
Who's that?
That was Kathy. She's still sleeping. Anyway.
That's fine.
Good morning.
What?
What?
There could be people watching.
Oh. You saw everybody else.
That morning breath, though.
I know, that morning breath, though. Ow. Stop it. Anyway. Now I lost focus. Anyway, so with that said, I ended up with an internship in November for some modeling agency, but it was mainly doing WordPress stuff, and not back-end WordPress stuff, just the boring, hey, put this content here or do this here, and they end up just not really communicating very well, and so I just ended up leaving it. It wasn't paid or anything, so it wasn't something I really was too dead set on. And then last month, I was just applying for places, and this guy called David, he started this company with his CEO John Bell, and it's Rainmaker, and it's basically an application that makes fundraising easier for nonprofits and profitable charities. And so now I've been working there, and they like my work. So this next month they're gonna put me on a few projects and see if they can have me full time, like super full time. But yeah, I'm happy for that.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's my graduation.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. So, like I said, this Code, Pray, Repeat will be about tips and tricks, what we're learning, just to show our code. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be a super easy, like, for loop. It could be a super easy, hey, how do you make this box with this box work together or something like that. And, you'll be learning with us as we learn. That is the main purpose of the show. Now, the twist we want to put on the show, hopefully we can do it, but we'll be doing it in seasons. So for the next, 4 months, we'll be doing at least 2 episodes a month, hopefully. I know Kwaku is going to have a kid soon, and Gene is super busy, but, whenever it works out, it works out. I'm not too hell-bent on it, but, if 1 episode a month works for everyone else, then 1 episode a month works. But basically, in those seasons, we'll all come up with our own projects, and you'll be following us through our projects as we make them. And like I said, it can be super easy, or it can be super complicated. It depends on the developer. Like me, I can do a super easy website and just show you how you position stuff. Kwaku, he can do some cool Java applet or some website also.
Python.
Or something cool with Python. Hey, you never know. He might make a calculator. Who knows? And then Gene, he's a Java dude, so I don't know what he could do. But you can do a lot of stuff with Java. I just don't like Java. But hey, he'll help me learn more about Java. And I hope he helps you guys learn more also. That's what our main goal is. So, Kwaku, do you have any quick tips for today?
Not a quick tip, but I want to understand how a specific client of mine or partner of mine was able to do a specific action within his webpage.
Okay. What?
So let's go to my profile, right? Or website, owusuaffiliation.com, aka Owusu Designs. And scroll down.
All right. Do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to share the screen?
I'll share the screen.
All right. Hopefully your computer doesn't die. Hey, hit that camera button again, because I think it's making you be the main focus or something. I don't know, but just
camera button.
That capture button. Hit it again. On the left. No, don't actually. I mean, go to the sidebar and just hit that camera, because it should be highlighted right now. Yeah. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Share your screen, sir. Share away. How I did something. Now, I assume you're talking about the footer. Are you talking about the footer? I see a black screen right now. There we go. Okay.
Do you see my portfolio right now?
Yeah, I see your portfolio. Yep.
And you see this graphic designer.
Yes.
This right here is what I want to know how he did it.
Oh, that animation?
Yeah. But you see how it follows the eye follows your mouse.
Oh.
You can just play with that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how he did that.
Now, did you inspect the element and see what's going on behind the code? Possibly?
Nope, I did not do that. I saved that just for this specific episode.
All right. Well, let's see if this can work. Because
All
that's
right.
really cool. I like that. Now, can we see more of his profile? Is it just standard?
Okay. It's just a regular Bootstraps theme,
Okay, yeah.
but I want to specifically know how he was able to do this.
All right, let's inspect it.
All right.
Check it out. That eye.
Let's take a peek at it.
Let's take a peek at it.
Let's take a peek at it.
Let's. Hopefully, people can see the screen really well. I hope. That'll be. You'll have to go into the JavaScript because I assume that's a JavaScript thing. You'll have to find the event listener for it to see how it works. What's this? Let me check this website. Owusu affiliation. If you go to owusuaffiliation.com, you'll see what the stuff Kweku has worked on and his little contribution to the web. But I'm gonna head over to that page also. Now I assume his website's not done, or is he completely done with it?
No, I think he's still working on it.
Okay. All right. Like for a graphic designer, it's pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
Because he still has like the lettering from the Bootstrap theme and stuff like that. So
Right. Yeah, he still has a good while to go. He's a struggling college student like me, so we're not gonna be perfect.
Hey, you gotta start from somewhere. You gotta suck to
Right.
get better. You must suck to get better. All right.
Or you fake it until you make it.
Yeah, that also works. Fake enough until you make it. You just can't fake the whole thing. See, I'm not seeing what would be. See, that's what sucks about inspecting JavaScript. It's super hard. At least I think it is.
Yeah, how do you even do that?
Well, I mean, I know the JavaScript is in the sources folder, but to know which one is controlling that eye is going to be hard, especially since everything is minified. And for those who do not know what minified means, is basically it takes out all the white space and all the comments out and just shrinks it down. And if you have like super long variable names and stuff like that, it'll shrink it down to super simple variable names. Hopefully in the future we can show you how to do that and how it actually works, but that's just a quick, easy guide on it. But I did not see it at all. Well, maybe you're gonna have to ask your friend how he did it.
Shoot, we might have to bring him on this show.
Hey, might have to bring him on to the show then. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to know, learn?
And another thing I'd like to learn,
All
just
right.
the basics of AngularJS. What is it about? What can you do with it?
Okay,
What is
so-
the big picture of that?
All right. This is where I guess I'll share my screen. Hold on here. It'll conflict, but do you want to cancel your screen sharing
Yep.
real quick? Cool. All right, let's do this. Share my entire screen, of course, share my entire screen. All right, do you see my screen, sir? Yes, you do.
And I see my sexy face.
So, AngularJS, which is by a group of developers, which was started by a group of developers in Google, and now it's fully backed by Google. I can't really get into the history of it, but I just recently learned about it, and I kind of fell in love with it. I learned about it at a meetup, and I was like, well, this makes everything super easy. It seems like you have superpowers, and it's awesome. And so ever since then, I've kind of taken the dive into Angular. So Angular is supposed to make web apps super easy. So like say a to-do app or, just anything that requires like login and, stuff like that. At least hopefully I'm saying it correctly. But yeah, it makes it super easy, but it also makes it single page. And so instead of redirecting you to say, how you're at angularjs.org right now, instead of redirecting you to say angular.help.html, they'll just put a hash and then slash, and then it'll just take you to help, which takes no loading time. It makes it really, really fast. And the cool thing about Angular is like the data binding and just how easy it is to transfer, data from one side of the website to another side. And it just makes it seem like you're really using magic. And just like really simple, really easy to use. Do you need me to zoom in at all? Can you see everything clearly?
Yeah, zoom in a little bit on what you're looking at.
Okay, all right.
If you could get like a mouse tracker or something.
That's true, yeah. Come on, what is this thing? I don't care about you, Facebook. I just want to zoom in. Leave me alone. There we go. All right. Also, I'm new to the Mac, so I don't know everything about the Mac. Maybe there's something super simple I can do with this Mac to do this, but I don't know. Do you see that now?
Yep, I see it a lot more.
All right. So if you know your basic HTML, this is just a basic, easy page. What you need for Angular is, of course, linking to it. So this is the CDN for it. And then this is how you instantiate Angular. This is how the website, the browser mainly, knows that it's an Angular application, is if you put this Angular app. Now, it doesn't have to be in this HTML. It doesn't have to be in this HTML part, if I think correctly. I could be totally wrong, but I think you can put the NG app anywhere else. But like I said, it could be totally wrong. But yeah, we'll try and error. We'll see. But anyway, So this is just an easy like data binding right here. So you have a label that has a name, which you see it on the right-hand side right here.
Right.
And then you have an input box. Now this ng model is what will store your data. So when they type their name, it'll bind it right down onto this H1 right here.
Okay.
So as I type my name, it should be appearing. Randy. That's all you need for just to start off with Angular. That's it. That's like the super basic thing, and that was like one of the things that made me fall in love with Angular.
It seems very simple.
It does, yes. And now, so I think I can show what I did. It was for the other podcast, CA Radio. Hopefully, maybe I'll do one for this one. But this was technically, I would say, my first Angular application ever. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So you have the title, everything, and then you have the search. So you can actually query for which host you want to, focus on or whatever. So let's say Randy, and then it'll bring me up. It does a little nice animation. The animation could be better, but hey, I don't have all those skills. And then, as you highlight over it, as you hover over it, it pops it out more. And then it takes you to this separate page. Now, if you remember, as I was saying about the hashes, it acts like it's a different page, but it's actually one page. So Angular will load what you need.
So everything is just on one single page.
Yeah, it's all one single page, even though it acts like it's totally two different pages. It's one single page. And so now you can just scroll through all the hosts, and it'll just change this part of the details to accompany that host.
Nice.
And then back to search will just take you back. Yeah, it's just really simple, really cool to do app. I mean, just sorting app and learning how it works. Maybe later I can go into the code sometime in the future, but for right now, just give visual effects, visual showing. And then here, you can sort by the title. You can ascending or descending. It'll change it also. But yeah, all those are super easy to do with Angular. Yeah, if it was just pure JavaScript, it'll probably take a lot of lines of code. So,
Right.
all right.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Google.
Yeah, thank you, Google. But yeah, that's it for me right there. Boom. Oops, what is happening? All right. So yeah, I think I like this. I like how this could work. This is gonna be cool.
It's pretty
Like,
cool.
like I said, we should probably get like something that would show our mouse because I know that can be confusing and hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
And so to our fans out there, if you recommend anything,
Yeah,
please give us if we have any fans.
Not yet, but hey,
It'll come.
they'll come. People are learning how to code. People,
Right.
Because they're super in demand. Coders
Right.
like I just give a experience this week. This has kind of been I would say my first kind of frustrating week for coding. I was
Really?
like, man, my brain cannot just like
The concept, what's going on?
And
Right.
then when you everyone says when you get that aha moment, like
Mhm.
when you get that moment, it feels so good because then you're like, oh shit, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how it works. This is how you can float this div and then you clear or whatever. But yeah, what was it? 2 days ago? Yeah, it was 2 days ago when I was super frustrated about a hover effect that I couldn't figure out at all, and it just Kweku here tried to help me. Of course, he sent me some.
Failed.
Hey, you know what? We learned from it. Still, we learned that
Right.
hey, you're gonna need JavaScript. So I'm just gonna share my screen of this real quick wherever it is. But yes, there's a website that I just recently launched. Now, the part that I had trouble with was having this effect. When you hovered over it, it'll pop up 2 buttons and a view post, which will take you to a different place. That took me forever to figure out. And, I'm just happy I was able to do it because I was getting really mad. And the reason why I think it wasn't working is because I have a plugin for this whole, these columns right here, these divs right here, that keeps them in line like that. So when you have different size divs, it can still fit and look, gorgeous together. But yeah, I think that was the one main reason why this stuff wasn't working. But as soon as I got that working, I was super happy because it looks really nice. Let me see if I can just zoom out a little. Yeah, when you zoom out, yeah, it just follows your mouse, and it looks elegant and beautiful. Of course, the thing I can change is, not making that white, so that I could probably make it. I can also make that green. Yeah, I can make that green too, so it looks.
Wouldn't you want to increase the opacity a little bit because I'm not sure. It looks a little goofy. The view post over all that text.
Yeah, I'm thinking I was just changing.
Or like, does that like a blur effect to it or something?
No, it is the effect of that. I think I could just change the color of it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Well, hey, if we want to dive into a little bit of code, we can do a little bit of code too.
Do that.
All right, let me bring up the terminal. CD out of. Oh yeah, am I actually in it? Yeah, I'm actually in it. Okay, so it's actually open. Nope, it's not open. It's right here. There it is. I usually do everything in Jekyll, but I wanted to see what I could do with just regular HTML and CSS, and so this whole thing was built in regular HTML and CSS. It took a while, but hey, you gotta get your basics down. So it's in the index page. Where are you? So share link, class of share link. Let's go to main CSS. Let's find it. Share link. There it is. All right, so I can change the color to whatever color those ones are. I think it's no, it's not that one. Where is? Well, I guess this will be the easiest way to do it. Find out what color this button is.
There you go.
There it is. Boom. Right there. All right. Let's plug that in here. And then I'll run this locally to see what it'll look like then. Open in browser. Sharing screen, so it's going to be a little slow.
No, that's fine.
All right. Now, yeah. What do you think? Maybe. What do you think about that now?
It's a little bit better.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
And you said should I change the opacity of this background maybe?
Yeah, like increase it a little bit more.
Okay, let's go in there.
Or decrease it, whatever it is.
I think it's increased because 1 is where it stops, right?
Sure.
Yeah, 1 should be where it stops.
Yep.
1 is where it's full.
Control up.
Where is my opacity for it? Let's go in here. Let's go back in here. Data columns. Buttons. Share buttons where it should be. But it's not in there. Or is it in the JavaScript? It might be in the JavaScript actually. Why do I have a script in here? That doesn't make sense. Anyway. Oh, I think that could be one of the things that's causing me problems, actually. Let's increase it to 5. Oh, man, you got mail, sir. Yeah. Let me just close that. All right, I increase it to 5. Let's see if that will help. Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yes,
I think your client will be very satisfied with this.
Oh yeah, they're even happy that it's responsive, and for people who know what responsive is basically the end goal for it is to make it look nice on mobile or smaller devices, but also to be responsive to any width and size. Of course, it's not 100% responsive because I'm not that good yet. But it's where I can make it look good. Make it look.
So how would you be able to do this on a mobile device? Like, let's say, since you don't have a mouse, you can't hover. So how would that work? How would you be able to
see? Now that's another thing I needed to figure out for this one. I thought this plugin would do it when you just click on it, but it doesn't.
Right. Right.
But for some, instead of hover, you do active, and active means when they're pressing on it, they'll see something. So that's between hover and active. So for active, when I'm pressing on this, that's where you see that background. So, yeah. But yeah, I made it as responsive as I can. Why isn't it scrolling? That's what is annoying me right now. Doesn't want to scroll.
You might have to click down and scroll.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
But anyway, locally the Facebook button doesn't appear. It just needs to be connected to the web before it appears. So that's why that's not appearing. But as you shrink it, everything starts to fit and look better.
Nice.
As I shrink it, I took the add a note button out. See, this is one of the breakpoints that I don't know why it does that there, but then it pops back in. So I have to fix that somehow. But basically, on smaller devices, I want them to be full width in their container, and just because it looks better than like that. So right. Yeah, I don't want it to look like that. And then these columns, which will be something I'll talk about in the future, because I really did not know about this until I worked with this company. But come on, pop into place. Nope, it doesn't want to do it. Let's go down here. No, it still doesn't want to do it. Why don't you want to do it? Okay, so you see this, this about section right here?
Yes.
I used display table. Now, do you know about display block and display flex? Like that? Yeah. So I use display table. I set this whole container as display table, and then each one of these are its cells. And so it makes stacking things next to each other super easy that you don't even need like Bootstrap to do it. Like it's really easy. Hopefully I'll dive into it later sometime in the future here, but if you want to go check it out, I have a quick example on my CodePen. Let me go to it really quickly. Where are you at? Where are you? People actually liked it, so here, it's right there. So if you go to codepen.io and type in my last name, WIAFE, and then you can just see all my pens. Oh, this is
Hello?
the
Not again. No. No.
Gregu.
Yeah.
Do you still see my screen?
Yeah. It's like in freeze mode, but
Yeah. I don't know what just happened.
is that
It's
mine?
like-
Is that
No,
or is
it's
that
me. It's actually like
Oh my god. Well, I guess it's just me. So let's take a peek at what I
I'm back.
I was just about to play a movie for that.
Huh?
I was just about to play a movie.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but hey, that's why this is the test podcast. But anyway, I think that will be it for today. Maybe another test later on in the future, but for right now, that'll be it. Got to do some awesome stuff today. Go drink some beer. At least 2 hours away, so we'll see how that goes.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, sir. I hope that this can be awesome. I have plans. I have hopes that, a lot of junior devs can learn from us as we learn. Yeah.
Right.
Plus, we're 2 minority programmers. What could go wrong? You're crazy. All right.
I'm very crazy.
Stanley, thank you for
No problem.
coming on. Is there any way they can reach you? I know you're not on Facebook anymore, so
if you really want to reach me, you can either reach me through my Google Plus account, Stanley Quabi, or Twitter at Wangan7things. I wish I could write that down on the screen right now, but that's something I might have to do in an edit for a YouTube video. I don't know, but you will be able to reach me. Or you could just follow my GitHub, which I don't actively post, but I try to. So take a look at what I have there. I still have a game in development called Dragon Orb. It's a pretty cool game.
Yeah?
It's not really a game. It's just a character inside a world that you can just mess around with it.
Okay, maybe I'll download the repo and check it out.
Right.
Boom, boom. And for me, you can contact me at on Twitter at MadManDrit. I wish I could change that name, but I was young. But if you want to see what I do programming wise, you can contact me on github.io/WIAFE, which is my last name, which I've come to embrace now because most usernames don't use it, so it's pretty available. But yeah, that will be all. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon with another episode. Peace.